72 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous, the Titish Ocean began to break up, 180 million years after its formation, causing flora and fauna to accumulate at the bottom of the continental shelf. Concealed sedimentary rock provided the perfect conditions for anoxic marine conditions, the lack of oxygen, the shallow depth, and a temperature of less than 50 degrees Celsius. Under these circumstances, oil shale began to form. After the 1973 oil crisis, the tremendous importance of oil shale was acknowledged, since culminating in exploration operations reaching peak outputs of 130 million tons in 2018. Oil shale in Jordan has been known to occur since ancient times, evidence of which has been found in mosaics and floors in palaces, churches, and mosques from the Greek, Roman, Byzantine, and Islamic periods. It is worth mentioning that utilization of Jordanian oil shale first started in World War I, when Germans installed the first retorting plant to produce jet fuel from oil shale, near Al-Makaran in the Yarmouk Valley. It was also used as fuel and lubricants to operate the Hejaz Railway. Currently, only 33 countries worldwide possess oil shale deposits of potential economic value. Jordan is one of them, and its oil shale deposits lie beneath 60% of its territory. According to the Jordanian Natural Resources Authority, the total oil shale reserve reached amounts of 100 billion tons, making it the largest reserve after the United States of America. ALQamer for Energy and Infrastructure Limited QEI signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the government of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan to explore oil shale deposits in the Atarat Gudran area on November 20th, 2014. The Memorandum of Understanding, the MOU area, extends 64.3 kilometers squared. ALQamer for Energy and Infrastructure Limited assessed the MOU area's geology, overburden thickness, and the oil shale's thickness, taking samples for every 3 meters of cored oil shale. The core was cut lengthwise into 2 equal portions, one intended for chemical analysis, which based on its results the mining plan will be designed, and the other retained in the Al-Karak store for reference. In order to facilitate safe and secure conditions, open pit mining will be used. This will involve digging shallow boreholes and administering controlled explosions to remove the overburden. Once the outer layers of the oil shale is exposed, the exploitation process will begin. ALQamer for Energy and Infrastructure Limited QEI is a Jordanian company committed to developing the Jordanian energy industry by improving the commercial viability of local oil shale, as well as exploiting solar energy as a renewable energy source. The workforce at ALQamer for Energy and Infrastructure Limited is composed of a management team and a highly trained technical team with technological, geological, and mining specializations. In line with the ALQamer management vision, the technical team regularly holds meetings in order to discuss ALQamer work progress and review the goals that need to be reached. Determining the commercial value of the oil shale through geochemical evaluation was a part of the exploration procedure. The samples selected were subject to analysis at the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, as well as the Ingrain Halliburton labs in Abu Dhabi and the United States of America, and labs in India, Australia, and the ThyssenKrupp Labs in Canada, all of which returned positive results. We have a very promising oil shale block after chemical analysis results from the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources were received, indicating that the calorific value range is from 724 to 2448 kilocalories per kilogram. And the oil content range is from 8.5 to 16.2 weight percent. Results from the Ingrain Halliburton labs show that the organic matter content is between 24 and 36%, which translates into 13 to 20% oil content, yielding 1,781 to 2,741 kilocalorie per kilogram, respectively. The percentage of carbonates ranged between 50 and 88%, and the keratin type was shown to be type 1. These results are significantly higher than our previous expectations. As mentioned earlier, the large oil shale deposits will be extracted using open-pit mining. Drilling boreholes to blast, removing the overburden, and then loading the ore onto dumpers. This process will continue until oil shale layers are exposed. They will then be mined and extracted using a similar method to how the overburden was extracted. The mined oil will then be crushed into fine particles of less than 25 millimeters, which will then be transported along closed conveyor belts to be processed in the Alberta Tassiuk process, or ATP technology. The fine particles will then be fed into retort tubes in which they will be dried and heated to 250 degrees Celsius by hot shale ash and flue gas. During pyrolysis, which is performed at temperatures ranging between 500 degrees Celsius and 550 degrees Celsius, oil shale particles are mixed with hot shale ash. The resulting shale oil vapor is taken from the retort via a vapor tube and is recovered by a condensation unit. The char residues mixed with ash are then moved to the combustion zone and burnt to about 800 degrees Celsius to form shale ash. A measure of the ash is then delivered to the pyrolysis zone, where its heat is recycled, and the other part is removed and cooled with combustion gases by heat transfer to feed the oil shale. Alberta Tassiuk process technology produces shale oil, gas, and coke. ALQamer for Energy and Industry Limited considers shale oil their most important product. After the shale oil is released from the Alberta Tassiuk process, it passes to the processing unit, known as upgrading, in which shale oil is subject to quality adjustments to improve its API, viscosity, and to strip out its heavy metals, sulfur and nitrogen, in order to improve the prospective products to be processed in the refinery. The prospective products are liquefied petroleum gas, gasoline, kerosene, diesel, jet fuel, fuel oil, and sulfur. The flue gases provide heat to get rid of the moisture within the preheating zone. The coke is a solid residue from the shale oil extraction process. It has multiple applications and can be used in many industries, such as bricks and tiles, cement, concrete, fertilizer, road paving, and trace elements. In addition to the trace elements presented in ash are nickel, zircon, strontium, zinc, molybdenum, titanium, vanadium, chromium, and manganese. Our approach to sustainability is rooted in a long-term standing culture of global social and environmental concern. New innovations will be provided to enhance oil shale retorting by increasing production efficiently and with low environmental impact. The dream will be real, and ALQamer for Energy and Infrastructure Limited is fully committed into turning challenges into opportunities.